So I looked up on YouTube for a 2004 Toyota Sienna how to replace the desiccant in your air conditioning system, and it tells me to pull apart this entire front end, remove the condenser, flip it all upside down, do all that, and I didn't really feel like doing that. So we improvised and got it done pretty quickly. So what I've got here is a 14mm Allen head socket. This is the cap that comes out. This is the old one here. That cap that comes out from the bottom there. Your desiccant bag that you have to reach up in and grab that and pull that out as well. This is the old one. Using this for an example of how it's done. And new one, not sure if that part number will do you any good, but that's the part number that we got. And went to local Home Depot, got myself a piece of 3/4 conduit, because if you try to just shove the desiccant up in there by hand, it all falls to the bottom and gets too fat to go up in there, and there's no real way to get there. We were trying for hours yesterday, couldn't get it, so create a little tool because you're fighting gravity. But of course I had to call this the desiccant plunge-o-matic, and 3/4 inch conduit. Just hack the end off, about a 11-inch length of it with the flared end. Just makes it easier to feed in first. A couple pieces of dowel, just so you don't have to raise the car up so high, is why I cut it in a couple pieces, but all together that's about a 13-inch, 13 1/4 or so piece. What that'll do is that'll go in, well, the desiccant will go in there. Desiccant you feed down through here, then you follow that up with the dowel, which I think it's a let's see what size dowel I used. Looks like a 3/4 inch dowel or something close to that. So you want a tight tolerant just so the desiccant doesn't go around the dowel and end up puncturing anything. And basically you can feed these two dowels in separately, so you don't have to have such a distance underneath the car. But the other thing you're going to have to do, let's see if we can get it on picture here, is cut yourself a hole in the bottom of your radiator support, which you're good to go. This doesn't really affect any kind of structural integrity of it. But that hole, you want to make sure it lines up with your cap on the bottom of your desiccant tube. So it's just under the front of the car. Can't access it otherwise because there's a little, about a 1-inch gap drop down here. You can't even get a tool in there to get, unless you cut this hole. So then make sure you use a hole saw. Cut that hole. I don't remember what hole saw I used, so let's see if we can get a dimension on it. It's hard to look at this angle here. It's like a 1 1/4 inch hole that I drilled. And then basically you fill the desiccant up into the tube. In other words, you stick it in and then you can knock it against something to let it fall down in there. Put this up to, sorry, you have to excuse the shaky, I'm trying to do this with one hand. Put this right up to the bottom once you get the cap off. Of course the cap right there is on because I've already finished the job, but place this right up against the bottom and then just follow up with the dowels. So you just push it up in there. Once it goes up in there, it'll stay up in there while you go and get your cap and you put it up in there. The only thing you got to drop is this air dam here. Skid plate kind of air dam thing that comes off the front there. That's the only thing you have to access, and that's a few screws basically. So there you go, time saver, and hope that helps everybody. Thanks. Bye.